Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice Radio. So today, we're going to be having a look at a new Electrode card. And ladies and gentlemen, this has a wonderful ability, which, you're going to fall into one of a couple of camps. Either you weren't playing when the old Shaymin was around, and you'll hopefully come to see how great this is. Or you were playing when the old Shaymin was around, and you're going to go, oh my god, that's amazing. So what does this actually do? Well, starting off with the basics, it has 90 HP and a weakness to fighting. That's a bad combination. Both Boswell GX and non-GX Boswell do 30 damage as a base, but they play Diancie Prism Star, so this is not going to stand up against them at all. The resistance to metal is fine, especially if that Quad Registeel deck we looked at earlier can ever take off. I'm not sure it can, but I really want it to. Do check out that video. I'll pop a link in the description. Retreat cost of 1 is really nice because this is likely to be a bench sitter, and low retreat costs are always good. And being an electric type at the moment is great. In terms of weakness, hitting weakness on like Ho-Oh, it's not a great weakness that you're hitting. But Lightning has so many toys at the moment. And that's what makes Lightning amazing right now. We've got Electro Power. Electro Power is a phenomenal item that lets your electric Pokemon do 30 more damage this turn. Then we've got Electric Charger. Now that's not out now, but it will be coming in the next set team up, which incidentally is where you'll be finding this Electrode, which lets you flip 2 coins, and for each head you put an Electro Power from your discard pile into your deck. You shuffle it into your deck so you can draw into it later. Not to mention Zera Aura, which gives free retreat 20 Pokemon with lightning energy attached, and the redonkulous Thunder Mountain, which reduces your attack cost by a single lightning energy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a very, very good time to be a lightning Pokemon. And honestly, Electrode isn't so much, oh look, Lightning's got some new tricks nowadays, let's play Electrode, as it is one of those tricks. The ability, which I'm more than happy to call phenomenal, says that when you evolve Voltorb into Electrode, you can move all your lightning energy around the field. I should mention our translation comes from the lovely David Hochmann, as it often does. You may choose as many lightning energies from your Pokemon and move them to your other Pokemon in any way that you like. Basically, you just rearrange all your lightning energy on the field. And this is redonk. Now, I mentioned Shaymin earlier. It was a Shaymin from Unleashed. And if you were around when this was legal, you should remember how ridiculous this was. Now, that was a basic, and it did allow you to move any energy around. So it was strictly better than Electrode is, and no doubt about that. Being a basic, although to be fair, with Alolan Muck around potentially blocking abilities, there is an argument that Stage 1 is better in some matchups. But the fact that it was a basic and let you move all of your energy, rather than being a Stage 1 that let you move lightning, of course Shaymin was a little bit better. But this is a ridiculous ability. The fact that you can move damage around the field is crazy good. Something like Tapu Koko GX is a decent enough Pokemon, but the fact that it's got an ability which allows you to move all the energy to it and then pop it in the active is why people have been playing around with it and trying to make it work ever since it was released, with a little bit of success. The fact that you can have a bunch of half KO'd Pokemon, retreat them to your bench, and then flick around all of the energy to new fresh Pokemon before then playing stuff like Ace Roller to heal is amazing. You can be playing with something like a Zera Aura, and Zera Aura is phenomenal here because remember, it gives your lightning Pokemon free retreat. Your Zera Aura is about to be KO'd, so you retreat Zera Aura, move the energy to new Pokemon using Electrode, and then you're off and rolling. Remember, Zera Aura's attack, you cannot use it the next turn. So you attack, oh, I can't attack next turn, retreat Zera Aura, move the energy to a new Pokemon. And that is before we talk about Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko Prism Star it's exactly what I want a Prism Star to be. It's ridiculous, but you can only put one in your deck. It allows you, when it's on the bench, to put it in the Lost Zone, and then attach a couple of lightning energies from your discard, one to each of 2 bench Pokemon. It's a crazy, crazy good ability, and frankly, if you're playing lightning energy, whether in a lightning deck or not, you're definitely playing this. Well, now, you can put that energy wherever you want. It doesn't matter. Well, maybe that's a little bit of a misnomer, but certainly it matters a lot less where you put the energy, because you can just rearrange it when you evolve up into your Electrode. You might want to Lost Zone the Tapu Koko Prism Star early to free up a bit of bench space, but you know you've got Electrode at some point later on in the game, and that's going to help you out. But of course, the biggest change here is Naganadel. Naganadel is really changing the Pokemon format, as we all kind of knew it would when we saw what was happening in Japan. You get to attach 1 energy per Naganadel per turn from the discard to your Naganadel. So 1 Naganadel, you get 1 energy on the Naganadel. 2 Naganadel, you get 1 energy to each of them, 2 in total, and so on and so forth. It lets you get lots of energy on the field. We've already seen that in water decks, people are using Naganadel with Quagsire to move the energy to whichever Pokemon you want. Well, here you can use it with Electrode to move around your lightning energy. And again, it's a bit more awkward than Quagsire, but you can move it anywhere. It is so much more adaptable. Quagsire, you've got to get the Pokemon in the active and then move it. Here, you can move it as and when you like. Honestly, this is such a great ability. The only real downside here is that it's a one-shot deal. You move the energy around and then that's it. You've evolved up and you're sitting there. And that's a little bit annoying. And what's really bad is that Devolution Spray has been rotated out, so you can't even use that. If you end up with any damage on you, you can use Ace Roller to pick yourself up and reuse it. You can use Super Scoop Up, but of course do remember that is on a coin flip. If you flip tails, you don't get to reuse it, and that's a little bit sad. And then it does just sit on your bench. If you're not reusing it, just kind of sitting and chilling there. But then again, so did Shaymin. And that worked out just fine. The thing is, this isn't just for Naganadel decks. It's for any decks playing Lightning Energy. I mean, one of the things people used to do with Shaymin back in the day was just whack down a Mewtwo, move all the energy over, and just smash with X-Ball. Did 20 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. Oh, look! It's Tapu Lele's attack. Now, Tapu Lele isn't hitting for weakness, but other than that, we're kind of back to Shaymin and Mewtwo here. You can just whack all your energy on the field intermittently and then be like, hey, go on Tapu Lele, go win me the game. I mean, it's not like we need more of a reason to play Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele's already superb. But let's just say this is one more reason to play it. This is a phenomenal ability that's going to see a lot of play. Now, as for the attack, 50 damage for 2 energy. Yeah, you can use Thunder Mountain, though I would suggest it's a bad use of Thunder Mountain. Honestly, I don't particularly like the attack. The attack is fine. There'll be games you can use it, but it's not exactly going to be a game winner very often. No, it's just a little bit bad. What I will say is, and this was pointed off by the lovely David Hochmann over on Twitter, the Voltorb was also revealed today, and we've kind of seen this Voltorb before. The background changes, but we've seen that exact art back in Fire Red and Leaf Green. And then we saw basically a reprint of that one, art included, in Celestial Storm. And let's not forget the one from Boundaries Crossed, which also had the same thing. Although, you know, little bit of power creep here. It's exactly the same, this new one, as the one in Boundaries Crossed, except you do 20 for 1 energy rather than 10, and you've gained a resistance to metal. So, you know, it's a significantly better version of the Boundaries Crossed Voltorb, if that's what you're into. But we've now got at least 4 of these Voltorb with slightly different backgrounds, but the exact same Voltorb art, which is a little bit strange at this point. Also, right, let me know in the comment section if you're in love with the knitted Electrode. I can't make up my mind. I'm giving this Electrode between 4 and 5 Wassies. It's a great, great card. Yes, it's only great in Lightning decks, but I think it deserves serious consideration in every Lightning deck. Also, you should consider not giving half Wassies, because that would, of course, be barbaric. And I don't know if it's quite as good as Shaymin, because it's a stage 1. And I know it sits on your bench and blah, 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 blah. Don't care, ladies and gentlemen. It's awesome. And I love it, and I suggest it's going to be really, really good. But ladies and gentlemen, now's the time to hear from you guys. Tell me what you think about this Electrode in the comment section. Go nuts, but please do remember the rule. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassiePlays for some more Wassy action. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves. Until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.